Alright, so welcome back. Today I wanted to go over one of my layouts that I've had for quite some time, but basically never featured on my channel, this, which is a tiny layout I made quite some time ago. I made this layout just because I wanted to have something for a small space, sort of like where I have it now, that I can run a lot of my smaller switchers and other four-wheeled engines, which I neglected to do for quite some time and it just sat on a shelf under my bed, and as of recently I've moved it to out here. And just of note, this is not a perfect layout by any means, and I probably want to either scrap it or completely redo it at some point in the future when I can afford to. So, I just wanted to go over this thing and run some of my small switchers around it. So this layout is basically made up of some, I believe it was weathering powder, some grass, some I believe it's Woodland Scenics water, and some old brass flex track, along with some trees that I got as a gift ages ago. And it isn't very great. The track work is very rough, and the soldering for the wires, as you can kind of see, isn't all that great. The crossings aren't all that great, and the house is kind of okay. I got it just, I think, from an eBay lot ages ago, and I don't actually remember where the car came from. But yeah, it's not by any means a perfect layout, but it is kind of a fun thing. I just wanted to showcase it because it's something interesting you can do in a really small area. Some of my future plans for this, like I mentioned, is I want to really redo it. I'm honestly either just going to redo it on this, or I want to get a new piece of plywood that fills up this whole space. Also, that would mean I have to relocate some of my weights and clear coat that I have back there, just because that's where I've been storing the stuff for the time being. I also want to add a light because it's particularly dark here, and it's one of the areas of my desk that actually doesn't get very good lighting from anything. So that's another future thing. And for the future layout, I'll probably use actual pink foam too. So this base probably won't stay. I want to use newer track. It'll be a lot different, but for now it's just kind of a fun thing that I can show some family and whatnot when they come over and want to see a train. So, on the topic of trains, why don't I run a few of them? So that just about wraps up my video on this layout. If anyone has any future suggestions for this or the space that I want to have a layout similar to this in, comment them down below because I'd be interested to hear some of them. But that about wraps up this video, so thanks for watching.